Ask and you shall receive. This is going to be the theme of this message today, with a little bit of help of the Tarot Oracle deck here, the Psychic Tarot Oracle. I just felt called to do this theme, even though originally the theme of the message is that I was marinating with two different themes, and I'm still not sure if I'm going to bring them together or separately. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. The wind is helping me here. But today we're going to be talking about you getting clear on what you want and asking for it. Okay? So these are going to be channeled messages, and these are going to be intuitive messages with the cards, and also it's going to be a little bit here and there coaching. Okay? Ask and you shall receive. Welcome to my channel, here for a reason. If you're coming back and if you're new, you definitely found that message for a reason. And whenever this message finds you, it finds you exactly at the right time, at the right place. It is timeless. So trust your intuition. And if this message is not for you, it's not for you. That's okay. Don't force anyone else's story onto yours. Okay, just a quick disclaimer there. And today I wanted to talk a little bit more about the spiritual concept of ask and you shall receive, meaning that whatever you ask God, being very specific, preferably, because the more vague you are, the more vague results you are going to get. And the definition of whatever it is that you want, if you give a vague description, you will get a vague result. But I wanted to touch base a little bit more onto the three-dimensional reality in terms of you getting really clear on what it is that you actually want. Because believe it or not, in my experience and in general, a lot of people, they think that they know what you want, but if you sit one-on-one with them and you just openly ask, so what is it that you actually want? And the person stumbles upon their words, starting to mumble and jumble and losing the words, generalizing very generalizing the concept of what they want. They just want, I want a good life. Okay, good life is good. It's good to have, it's good to want a good life, but what is good life to you? Because your definition of good life can be completely different from my definition of good life, and completely different definition from God's vision of how good life should look or is looking like, right? So the interesting thing is that a lot of teachers, you know, of manifestation and all, they will tell you that you need to be as specific as you possibly can, as if you would go to a restaurant and you order something on the menu, right? You, like, the details of what it is included in there are given to you. It's not just like you are ordering, like, hey, give me pasta. Okay, pasta. What kind of pasta do you want? You know, there are so many different cuisines and many different dishes, you know, and you will kind of like, just give me pasta. And then you have a certain expectation of having a pasta your way, how you like it. And then the waiter is bringing you how the chef likes it and what chef thought that you will like. And they bring you, and you might not like it. Maybe you will, maybe you will not. But again, getting very clear on what it is it that you actually want. And second step is asking for it, And today, like with the crown chakra today, I want to talk about not only you asking from God, but also you being able to speak your truth and opening up your throat chakra and speaking into existence to the 3D reality people. Basically, it can be your partner, it can be your family, it can be your friend, it can be your work, whatever applies to you, take it as it resonates. But vocalizing what is it that you want in a relationship, or if you, like at work, if you need a vacation, just make it clear that you're exhausted, you're at the burnout, you need a vacation. Don't be scared to ask for it. I mean, you do you, but I mean, speaking your needs and your your desires. It's like it's crucial because, believe it or not, but people can't read your mind, especially like in romantic relationships. A lot of people are making a huge mistake, and I was one of those too, one of those people who would make that huge mistake, assuming that, oh, if you would have known me, you would know that something is off. Yes, yes, you know, if it was a secure and good partner, the person would notice your body language, your energy shifts, and all of that. But not everybody is secure in a relationship to begin with. They're going through their own stuff. So, quite often, the person you're with, they don't pick up on the clues that you are giving them through non-verbal communication, like body language. And in this situation, you needing be the person who will approach them with this proper communication style in a relationship and saying like, hey, this and that happened, it hurt me, or this and that happened, you said something, it hurt me, or it was unpleasant, or it was disrespectful, or this and that. And then also, this is like to the part of people not, you know, not reading your mind, basically, right? Like that people can't read your mind, because very often everybody's coming to a conclusion and assumptions, which leads to conflict and defeat, and not a very happy relationship. And if there is something that you truly want, you know, let's say, I'm just giving you a romantic example because it's a really, really good example, in my opinion, that whenever you're in a romantic relationship and you're not speaking your truth, you're not doing any good to anybody. You're not doing any good to yourself. You're not doing any good to your partner. And you're harboring the resentment, okay? So if you need help in the household, ask for help. If you want to go on vacation, but you're worried what your partner will say or think, just vocalize it and say, hey, I feel like it's time for us to go on vacation. So let's figure it out, you know? Or if there is something that is bothering you, speak your truth. And especially for those of you guys who are carrying so many responsibilities, like as family person, and you are just carrying it and holding the resentment and just not vocalizing it as much as you should. And then there is this huge ball of dark energy harboring in your body, later on manifesting as something physical. Do you want that? No, you don't. So speak your truth, ask for help. And I feel like I'm connecting to some of you guys who are going through something and you're just going into that hermit mode. You know, the importance of speaking to your friend group or one friend. One friend is more than enough if you don't have like a large group of people. Yeah, solar plexus here wants to come out. Get the confidence in looking vulnerable. Get the confidence of letting your guard down, of letting people see you as you, because you don't always have it all together. Nobody is, okay? Yeah, nobody has it all together. Figure it out, okay? So you're brave, you're strong, but you cannot go through everything alone. You're not supposed to. You were never meant to go through every single thing in life alone. This is not how we are built as human beings, okay? And it is impossible. It is impossible to go through the experiences of life just by yourself, you know? Yeah, solitude. Impossible. Impossible. Ask for help. I feel like this is the message more than anything for the divine feminines out there. If you're a woman, and even if you're a man and you carry more of the feminine energy, this is for you too. But this is more than anything, like for the women out there, or for divine feminine energy. Like, doesn't really matter if you're a man or a woman, but I feel more like it's a woman. This card wanted to come out. Divine feminine. Ask for help. Don't assume that people will know. Don't assume that people will offer. Don't assume that people will notice, because Yeah, unfortunately, as sad as it is, but not everyone is so in tuned into your body language, into your characteristics of how you carry yourself. Even if it's this is your family, or even this is your like loved one, like the person that you share bed with, share life with, and your husband, your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever it is. Unfortunately, not everybody is in tuned into noticing. This is a different story, by the way. I'm not even going to get in there, but I just wanted to say that accept it's pretty sad reality, but yeah, not unfortunately not. Even the person that you have like been in a marriage for 20 years, they sometimes quite often they will not even notice, the shifts of the mood, the shifts of the being, the shifts of the body language, that you're non-verbally communicating to them that something is off, but you are not speaking your truth, because you are either worried of a conflict, or you are either worried that they will get offended, and it will bring more, you know more conflict into something that is already unpleasant. I'm telling you guys, achievement, what is it? Foundation and achievements is based on a good communication. Okay, I'm a big advocate for proper communication. So but this is the reading that if you don't ask for help for those that are the closest to you, um destruction, this is the tower moment, you're going through something. If you're not asking for help, if you're not asking for a friend to support you through a process that you're going through, or if you're not asking your partner to be like, hey, I'm falling apart, I need help. You know what? On the outside, quite often, especially people who don't know how to read the body language, or who are not really like in tuned into your existence, because not everybody is secure in relationships, you know and not everybody can read like the cues and everything. And I forgot the train of thoughts. I forgot. Oh my god. Oh my god, I totally forgot what I was talking. Like, oh, it was so good, it was flowing. But it's okay, it will come back eventually. But what I was saying, like, that you need to ask for help. Okay. Oh yeah, because on the outside it might appear that you got it all together, even though on the inside you will be just like crumbling like that tower. Okay. I'm telling you, you have spirit by your side, but you also very often, when you ask God, creation, all that is, for help, who do you think God sends to you? God sends you other people, sometimes in the form of you asking help, sometimes in the form of them asking help. But you expecting that it will always be just like someone coming to offer you help, well, you will be waiting for a long time. And this is not the most pleasant news to bring to you, but unfortunately, this is the reality. I was that person. I was that person who was like assuming that, oh, if you would have known me, you would have noticed that I'm going through a tough time. You would have noticed that something is up with me, and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. And then I would harbor that resentment within me without properly communicating and expecting that they will notice, like my family per se. Um, so yeah, with I'm having here, it's called sacrifice, but an original tarot card is the card of hanged man. So the change of perspective is needed, no matter how unpleasant it is. But this is the reality of humanity. It's not everybody is gonna read through your non-verbal cues. Okay, let's put it that. It took me a while to actually make my peace with it, because I was just like, if you would love me, or if you would, cared about my well-being, blah, 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 you would have offered me the help that I need, not the help that you can or choose to offer, if any, and then I would get resentful. And that happened to me, like with my family, with my mom, with my sister, and I was just like, I was falling apart. And on the outside, to them, it looked like I got it all together. I figured that out like way later. Like, there was an unpleasant situation, and um, I didn't speak my truth at that time. but I'm not that person anymore. I healed that wound. I opened my throat chakra, and you need to do too. And speak your truth. Whatever it is that you need, first ask from if you are a family person, ask your other half for help. Say things for what they are. Don't embellish. Don't worry how they will react. It's not your problem. How they react, remember this. How they react, it's not your problem. It's not on you to manage. So you say your truth, like, of course, not from a place of anger or accusations or attack, but from a healthy place where, like, hey, listen, this is this is my experience. This is what I'm going through. I need help. So I would really appreciate if you could be more supportive, if you could be more helpful, if you could be more of support to me in this situation, and give examples, like, if you can, like, in where exactly is it that you need support with, like, where you need help, not just the vague, oh, help me around the house. No, like, discuss it, have a discussion, as stupid as it sounds, but you have sometimes to have those kind of discussions, okay? Yeah, anyway, I can go on and on, but, like, yeah, if you speak your truth, guys, like, the new beginnings are around, like, a whole new dynamic will start showing on your doorstep. I can guarantee you that. And then, of course, on top of that, like, ask God to help you. Ask God to help you. And the help will come in the ways that you will never, never, never even have imagined. In forms, in shapes, in whatever it is, it will come. Small, medium, or big, but never, never, never how you would have imagined it. Maybe not right away, but it will always come in one shape or form. Definitely not what your imagination would have expected. Okay, so don't expect anything, so you don't get disappointed of how it's shown to you, because you will not even be able to recognize it if you have a certain expectation and it comes in a completely different form. You will not be able sometimes to even recognize that it's God sending you help, creation. Yeah, change the perspective on on your situation. And there is nothing wrong, guys, to asking for help. Nothing. It doesn't make you any less of a strong person, because you are amazingly strong. So it will I'm telling you, like, more than anything, again, it can apply to so many areas of life, but more than anything, I am tuning into families, into romantic relationships, where it's not only when you're dating, but where you are living together, okay? When you're married, or you're a common law, or you're a boyfriend and girlfriend, but together, moved in together, basically. And you feel like that person is not supporting you enough, but you're not saying anything, and you're sitting there and driving yourself to the burnout. I'm telling you, guys, the moment you start speaking your truth, the harmony in your relationship will start knocking on your door. Oh, if your person is willing, if your person, by the way, is willing to hear you. Because if they become defensive, no matter what you say, how you say it, and whatever, no bueno, not a good sign, not a good sign. The harmony is not going to be found there. I can tell you this. Not going to tell you anymore, but Spirit, what would you like to advise for the collective? We will wrap it up. Power. There is the power. More than so right now. Power and heart chakra here. Open up your heart, guys. Open up your heart. Not only you're that beautiful, I already told you that you're strong and you're amazing. You can handle a lot of things, but you don't have to handle it all by yourself. But you need to open up your heart to the person that you live with, that you are in a relationship with. And if you're not in a relationship, that is your family. That is your family dynamic. But you need to open your heart and trust the power that is guiding you, the power of all that is of God, of creation, that you are being guided, you are being protected, and you're being so loved, guys. Like, you're being so loved. So ask for, speak to God, speak to your partner as well. I'm telling you, yeah, triumph and success when it's come out over here. You don't see it coming, by the way, yet, but it is going to come. it is going to come if you're going to be strong enough and brave enough to speak your truth from a place or from a healthy place, not from a place of ego, not from a place of accusations, but from a place of like, hey, listen, can you please hold this safe space for me? I want to say something, and we're not going to have a dial. Guys, like I'm telling you what I did. I did it with my mom and with my sister when I was working through. It took some time, but this was very important. Like in on my healing journey, when I realized that my throat chakra was only partially open and I needed to open my throat chakra completely, so it is like explosion, right? So I can finally start to speak my truth to the loved ones, especially to the most closest people in my life. And I remember like I scheduled because we live in different countries with my family, but I scheduled calls with my sister and then with my mom. And when I started conversation and I wanted to, and I added that caveat and I said, guys, the name of my sister, and I said, hey, listen, I'm coming. I want you to know that I'm not coming from a place of accusing you in anything. I'm not coming from a place of needing to point fingers or needing to find blame or fight with you or attack you in no shape or form. But I want you to give me that safe space, that safe place where I can share my truth, and I will be talking as a monologue basically, but if you want to have something to say, I will allow you to talk as well when I'm finished with speaking my truth. So I will ask you politely, please don't interrupt me. Please listen to what I'm saying and hold space for me because I truly needed it. Don't interrupt, don't try to prove your point. And she respected that, and the same I did with my mom. There was a lot of resistance from my mom, but at the end of the day she allowed me to have that safe space and speak my truth, and then it turned from monologue to a dialogue. But she finally was able to also relax and not feel like she's being attacked. So get ready for a little bit of resistance, get ready for a little bit of push back. And because if the person is used to getting like defensive immediately because their emotional intelligence is not at the level yet, hopefully, is not at the high level yet of understanding that, and again, it all comes down to the feminine and masculine balanced energy. So, oh, it's a whole shebang over there. But if the person becomes defensive, don't get defensive. Okay, don't get defensive. You just come from a healthy place. And if you notice that your person is getting defensive, you just say, "Hey, sweetheart, hey, baby," whatever you call each other. You just say, "Listen, I noticed that you start to become defensive, and I want to give you this reassurance that where I am coming from, it is not to accuse you of anything. I want to bring harmony into our relationship, but there is something that is sitting inside of me that is bothering me that I need to let out in a safe space. I need to feel safe to speak my truth to you, because if I don't feel safe to speak my truth to you, there is not going to be any solution, and this relationship is just going to come to a dead end. I can guarantee you that. So if you hold your ground, you will be successful and victorious, guys. Even if you notice a little bit of resistance, don't panic. Don't become also a little bit in this attack mode, and just again keeps being try to take a few deep breaths in and say, I noticed this and that. I noticed that you're, going into this mode, but this is very important for me to speak the truth. But if I keep noticing that you think that I'm attacking you, this is not going to go anywhere, okay? And you say, like, the stakes are very high, and the need of you to speak your truth, the stakes are high. Your relationship is at stake, guys, and I'm not exaggerating, okay? So, Spirit, what is the final message? What is your final advice, Spirit? What is your final? I love this message, guys. Oh, this is definitely channeled. This is definitely channeled message. That's why I didn't use so many cards, guys. Yes, your need. Yes, guys, your need to feel safe. This is crown. Oh, this is the base chakra. This is the base chakra. You needing to feel safe. Safety is very important for all of us, but especially for women. Women need to feel safe in the presence of their masculine, okay? And if you are with a woman, but your woman is carrying more masculine, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't even matter like the gender, but there is always a balance of the feminine and the masculine, even in the relationship dynamic, because you can be two women, but one will be more carrying feminine and the other one will be carrying more masculine. So this, like, the gender here doesn't matter. It's the energy that matter, okay? Guys, I'm telling you, if you feel safe, if you finally come to a place where you feel safe in your relationship to speak your truth, here, look at that. Love begins. And you remember we had the harmony card there. So you got it all. And prosperity. Prosperity not only in finances, by the way, when your nervous system feels safe enough to just be your feminine, as a woman, again, as a woman, or the one who, embodies more feminine energy. But more than anything, I'm telling you, I feel like I'm connecting to women. But if you're a man and you're holding more feminine, that's for you too. So don't think that it's just for women. But I'm telling you, like, the more you feel safe in the presence of your partner, the more you are able to drop in your feminine, to just being, to just flowing. And I'm telling you, like, the financial prosperity will start flowing too, because you will allow things to come to you, small or big, doesn't matter, but it will start slowly coming towards you, where there is no resistance, but there is more flow with the well of being of life, okay? Wisdom, this is wisdom, this is wisdom. Yeah, this is wisdom after the heartache and loss, guys, and mental conflict. This is you right now. This is you in mental conflict and the heartache and loss in one shape or form. This is you. But I'm telling you, if you apply the wisdom of this message from spirit, from God, from creation, ooh, take authority, okay? This is an emperor. Be confident. Be confident in your truth. What is it that you want from your life and for your life and for your life? Not what people want for your life, what you think would be validated by others, but what is it actually that you want, Yeah, you're guided, guys. You have hope. There is hope. There is hope for you. There is hope for you, guys. Stand your ground. Yes, stand your ground, guys. You're supported. You're guided. You're never alone. There is a little bit of, again, this is your energy right now with emotional loss, but I'm telling you, you're guided, and the fulfillment of wishes is around the corner if you apply the wisdom that God is trying to bring to your energetic vicinity. Success and victory is yours if you apply the wisdom that God is giving you. Yes, again, this wanted to come out. You need to feel safe. You need to feel safe. Start with that. Safe with your body, safe in your surroundings, safe in your nervous system. Okay, so go and ground yourself. Grounding is very important. Walking on the grass, bare feet, or touching the trees, or just going for a walk. No phone, no nothing, even music. Just walking and listening to the birds, to the wind, to the whisper of the wind. Change of perspective wants to come out again. Spirit, final message. I wanted this message to be short. It's not as short as I hoped it would be, but it is what it is. Because telling you this message is for someone. Ask and you shall receive. Ask and you shall receive. And if you don't receive it from that person, then it's time for you to think whether you're with the right person or not. Take it as it resonates, and the final decision is always yours. Don't give any power away to tarot oracles or even channeled messages, because you are the ultimate decider. You carry the power to make decisions. You have free will. Spirit, what is your final message? Who is this? The waiting game. Connect to God. Ground yourself, guys. Again, in grounding, you will hear the whisper of your own intuition. You will be able to connect more and hear your own guidance. And then guidance from God as well. Yeah, you're definitely a feminine. You're definitely a feminine. I'm not talking to a masculine here today. You're definitely embodying feminine energy more than anything, and your intuition is your gift. Feminines are generally more in tune with the spirit world, but I'm telling you, go ground yourself. Sounds like an insult. Go ground, and the spirit of your the whisper of your intuition will start whispering, and God will start talking to you. Guys, I hope this message resonated with you and it was helpful, and I'm wishing you all the best, and let me know in the comments if you feel like it, and I'll see you next time. Bye.